Hello everyone. Let's start with the lecture on Upper Paleolithic for UPSC Anthropology and UGC NET. Now, this period that spanned from 40,000 BC to 10,000 BC is considered a transformative phase in human prehistory. But यूपीएससी प्रोस्पेक्टिव से देखें so ये जो period है and its significance it is quite short. Even the lecture is going to be short क्योंकि even if this period is considered transformative, there were only two major advancements that happened during that time. So first is specialization of tools. Like जो पहले specialization चल रहा था उससे और specialization हो गया. Like the Homo sapiens of that time started using bone, antler, and ivory. Then the second advancement was the birth of symbolic expression, and that symbolic expression found its way into cave art, person ornaments, and ritual objects. So इन दोनों की वजह से the society, even proto-society, was visible in Middle and Lower Paleolithic, but by this time there were development of large and organized social groups, season settlement, and possibly division of labor, जो आगे चल के social hierarchy में convert हो गई. So all in all, introductive part से देखें तो this period, even if it is quite significant, yet uh, स्टडी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से लेक्चर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इट इज क्वाइट शॉर्ट. वो आगे देखते हैं. सो जैसे मैंने कहा कि देयर आर ओनली टू एडवांसमेंट्स, first in the tools and second in the symbolic expression. So first we are going to look at the tool advancement. So Upper Paleolithic, the basics, it started around 40,000 years ago and ran up to 10,000 BC, and this period is also referred to as the golden age of prehistoric innovation because at this time the human creativity, human adaptability, it reached the pinnacle of survivability. Now एक बार stone tool technology की तरफ देखते हैं. So the hallmark of Upper Paleolithic tool technology, which is quite important for both UPSC and UGC, and now I'm recording this particular lecture while keeping the UPSC in focus. UGC के लिए भी important है, but the UPSC is the focus. क्योंकि right now I'm going to start in alternative way. One day for UPSC, other day for UGC. So UPSC perspective say the hallmark of this particular tool technology was the blade based industry. So यहाँ पे जो इससे पहले की जो मिडिल पेलियोलिथिक या लो पेलियोलिथिक की जो टूल इंडस्ट्री थी, इट वाज फ्लेक बेस्ड. फ्लेक बेस्ड यानी एक कोर स्टोन से उसको काट के उसमें से फ्लेक निकली. उन्हीं फ्लेक को फिर दे वर हाफ्टेड ऑन सम अदर टूल्स या हाफ्टेड ऑन सम अदर लीवर, जैसे स्टोन पे, किसी बोन पे. नाउ दोज फ्लेक्स वर रिप्लेस्ड बाय ब्लेड्स. नाउ यहाँ पे ब्लेड मतलब मेटल ब्लेड्स नहीं है, ये स्टोन ब्लेड्स हैं. बट जो फ्लेक्स थे दे वर क्वाइट रूडिमेंट्री टेक्निक कि सिर्फ एक परकशन से, स्ट्राइकिंग मैकेनिज्म से एक कोर स्टोन को, जैसे ये कोर स्टोन है, इसको एक हैमर स्टोन से स्ट्राइक किया, इस पर्टिकुलर एंगल पे, इस एक्यूट एंगल पे स्ट्राइक किया, तो ये वाली फ्लेक जो है निकल गई इस तरह से. ये फ्लेक टूल. नाउ इसी फ्लेक टूल को किसी भी तरह यूज कर सकते हैं. देखिए, इट कैन बी यूज ऑन एरो, इट कैन बी यूज टू क्लीन द हाइड्स, फिर इट कैन बी यूज टू चीजल अदर टूल्स. बट this particular technique, it was quite rudimentary, that involved just one or two steps. Now blade based technology जो है, इसमें first a pyramidal stone use किया जाता है, and that too of a certain agility, certain quality such as flint. फिर इस पिरामिडल और या फिर इस प्रिज्मिक स्टोन से जो जो फ्लेक्स निकलेगी, उन्हीं फ्लेक को और प्रोसेस करके they were turned into blades. So this blade based technology or blade based industry is the hallmark of Upper Paleolithic. Now proceeding further, एक चीज कहनी है मुझे, which is कि yes, I am using desktop audio. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट जो है they complain about the voice thing. So look, I'm not attached with any coaching institution. I do not have those gadgets, and I have tested my hands with various mics, even the medium price mic around 2500 to 3000 bucks. लेकिन वो सब mics जो है, they are not useful for long term. फर्स्ट जो नॉन चार्ज जो चार्जेबल है उनमें तो और दिक्कत होती है कि चार्जेबल वंस में पता नहीं कब इन द मिडल ऑफ लेक्चर वो माइक जो है बंद हो जाता है एंड वी डू नॉट नो. एंड सेकंड, जो नॉन चार्जेबल में है दे आर नॉट ड्यूरेबल फॉर सच लॉन्ग लेक्चर्स, 1 hour 45 minutes 50 minutes. So that's why I'm using desktop auxiliary. And even जब वीडियो रिकॉर्ड हो जाता है आई try to look for the errors कि सब कुछ ठीक है कि नहीं है, but usually I find that yes ठीक है, manageable है, reasonable है. The important thing is the content and the content delivery. अब उसमें अगर प्रॉब्लम है तो आप कह सकते हैं. वॉइस का है तो अभी जब इस रेंज तक मैं माइक ट्राई कर चुका हूँ एंड पर्टिकुलर लेक्चर्स के लिए नहीं हो रहे हैं, एंड नाउ आई हैव टॉक टू सम पर्सन एंड दे टोल्ड मी दैट mics in the range of 10 to 15K, especially those joined with amplifiers, they can prove helpful. लेकिन उसके लिए वो बाद में देखते हैं. I do not have that much finances. So अभी के लिए just focus on the content and the content delivery. उसमें कुछ हो then you can drop the comments. Now back to the topic. So this blade technology, it involved blades that were long and parallel-sided flakes that remove from carefully prepared stone cores. तो यहाँ पे मैं आपको बताया था कि prismatic stones होता है, then cores were removed with a careful sub percussion technology जो आगे देखते हैं, ठीक है. और उससे जो लॉन्ग ब्लेड्स है, स्पेशली यहाँ से लॉन्ग ब्लेड्स जो है रिमूव, और वही लॉन्ग ब्लेड्स है जो यहाँ से ये पीस रिमूव हुआ है, इट वाज फर्दर शेप, फर्दर रिफाइंड एंड फर्दर पॉलिश्ड, और फिर उसी ब्लेड को आगे यूज किया गया है. फिर एक एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे दे रखा है, the Aurignacian culture that spanned around 43,000 to 26,000 BC in Europe. It was known for blade tools made up of flint and chert. Now देखते हैं कि ये Aurignacian culture क्या है, क्योंकि ये मैंने नोट्स में इंक्लूड किया है. So the Aurignacian culture, which is a part of Upper Paleolithic, it spanned in Europe and it is associated with the early modern humans. फिर this मैंने ये नोट्स में इसलिए ऐड किया है बिकॉज दिस कल्चर इट इज बेस्ड ऑन ब्लेड टूल्स, ब्लेड स्टोन टूल्स, विच इज द हॉलमार्क ऑफ अपर पैलियोलिथिक. सो ब्लेड टूल्स की बात करते हैं. सो यहाँ पे ऑरिगनेशन में जो टूल्स थे दे वर एन अपडेट टू द फ्लेक टूल्स ऑफ मोस्टेरियन कल्चर. सो ब्लेड टूल्स क्या है, लॉन्ग एंड पैरेलल साइडेड ब्लेड. फिर the Aurignacian culture, it also used bone, antler and ivory. And this particular culture, Aurignacian culture, Solutrean culture, Upper Paleolithic and Magdalenian culture, सबके अंदर ये चीजें कॉमन है. Blade based technology, use of bone, antler and ivory, and then the hafting, the composite tools. So composite tools मतलब ये है कि now the Homo sapiens of Upper Paleolithic, they started using these tools, hafted tools, जिसमें जो blades हैं they were attached to some shafts. यानी blade को या तो wooden shaft से या फिर bone shaft से उनको attach किया by using some adhesive like resin or sinew. फिर the second thing which is the material used in the production of blades. So first is the high quality flint, and the other materials quartzite and radiolite. Then उसके अलावा hefting के लिए, shaft के लिए organic material like bone, antler and ivory. Now bone, antler and ivory आप जानते ही हैं. Bone जो human bone या animal bone होती है. Antler ये जो सींग होते हैं, जितने भी अनग्युलेट्स है उनके जो सींग है, हिरन के हो गए उन सब के. Then ivory जो एलिफेंट के जो टस्क होते हैं उसका मटेरियल आइवरी. सो नाउ जो एडवांसमेंट है अपर पैलियोलिथिक में वो यहीं पे, जो सारी स्टोरी जो है वो इन्हीं के अराउंड रिवॉल्व होती है. फर्स्ट दे स्टार्टेड यूजिंग हाई क्वालिटी रॉ मटेरियल फॉर ब्लेड प्रोडक्शन. सो फर्स्ट is the use of high quality raw materials such as flint, quartzite and radiolite. Second is the blade based technology, and third one the use of bone, antler and ivory. Now how the origination tools were produced. So first, the core was prepared. So core was prismatic core in the shape of a prism. Now, soft hammer percussion. Soft hammer percussion means यहाँ पे जो striking stone है या striking जो tool है, they use antler or bone instead of any stone. क्योंकि stone से अगर strike करते हैं तो this blow cannot be regulated. So in order to control the strike, the soft material such as antler and bone can be used. So यहाँ पे इस particular technology में the antler and bone hammers they replace the stone hammers for of earlier middle and lower Paleolithic. So उसकी वजह से greater control and precision आ गया. फिर blades they were removed, just जैसे flake remove होते हैं वैसे ही blades remove हो गई in unidirectional or bidirectional sequence. फिर then those removed flake, those removed blades, they were retouched and hafted onto a wooden or bone handles using some adhesive like Cyanide or resin. फिर इस industry में whether origination, Magdalenian or Upper Paleolithic, the blade tool types are first hand scraper, which is used for working hides and wood. Second, burins, chisel-like tools. Third one is baguette blades and points. And the fourth one is split-based bone points. Then comes the other innovation associated with the Upper Paleolithic is the appearance of microlith. Microlith means small and refined flakes, refined stone tools such as triangles, trapeze, and lunates. So अगर माइक्रोलिथ को आप समझना चाहेंगे तो जो स्टोन टूल्स ही हैं, स्टोन फ्लेक्स ही हैं, बट फर्स्ट दे आर स्मॉल वन and second they are refined, they are fine tools, they have been touched many a time, touched and retouched many a times, and usually they are hafted on other material and usually used as composite tools. Composite tools मतलब these flakes they were hafted on other material जैसे wooden shaft पे या bone shaft पे and used as arrow, spears, knives, harpoons or sickles. Where an example is there at Pansouin in France and Hungerford in England, microlith tools were recorded alongside the seasonal hunting camps, which the time of this particular finding is Upper Paleolithic. Now ये example आपको दिया है so that you can use it during exam for Upper Paleolithic in Europe. Next, bone, antler and ivory tools के बारे में बता दिया कि these were the newer additions. So the raw material base has been broadened and it included these materials, bone, antler and ivory. और मैंने ये भी बता दिया कि how they were resourced, how they were accessed. Now, the use of these materials, it included awls which are for piercing hides, जैसे needles होती है. Then for fishing hooks and barb harpoons. So ये जितने भी tools हैं, soft tools कह सकते हैं, they had multiple uses and those multiple uses were associated with the proliferation or you can say advancement in human exploration. कि Homo sapiens हैं, now they are the sole survivors. बाकी कोई कॉम्पिटिटर नहीं है. Neanderthals, Denisovans all of archaic Homo sapiens were eliminated. फिर even if they have eliminated all the other competitors, उनको भी तो जीना है. तो उसके लिए they needed to explore the surrounding. और उसमें जिस भी particular environment में है, they needed many other techniques so that efficiency can be gained. क्योंकि the hallmark of the evolution of Homo sapiens, it is the harnessing of technology to increase efficiency. So in every stage, we learned from the template that how our ancestor has prepared. कि हमारे ancestor ने कुछ prepare किया, हम उससे एक step आगे जा रहे हैं. It's not कि हम we are reinventing fire, rediscovering fire all the time, rediscovering other tools, rediscovering wheel all the time, rediscovering writing all the time. We are वी ट्राई टू वॉक ऑन द शोल्डर्स ऑफ जायंट्स। यही हमारी खासियत है हमारी स्पीसीज की। सो यही है कि हर प्रोसेस पे, हर पर्टिकुलर स्टेज पे वी ट्राई टू हार्नेस द टेक्नोलॉजी सो दैट एफिशिएंसी कैन बी इम्प्रूव। सो यही चीज जो है शुरू से लोअर पेलियोलिथिक के बाद मिडिल पेलियोलिथिक एंड देन अपर पेलियोलिथिक, हर एक के अंदर वी आर ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लोर वाइडर, dig deeper and find efficient mechanism so that survivability can be increased. और उसके लिए we need to find area, we need to find the technique which can help us exist in an efficient way. So यहाँ पे ये जो जो advancement है from flake based tools to blade based tools, and then use of composite tools and use of these materials, all of they signify that we, our ancestors, were inclined towards achieving that efficiency. Now the example, the Magdalenian culture from 17,000 BC to 10,000 BC, it is also renowned for intricate bone tools and decorative items, similar to the the Aurignacian culture. फिर मैगडेलियन कल्चर की बात करते हैं। टाइमलाइन 17,000 to 11,000 BCE, during the last major Upper Paleolithic culture in Europe, and again the hallmark is blade-based technology. Then this tool culture, it elevated lithic and organic tool production to an unprecedented level of specialization. So again, whichever tool complex you talk about, whether it is Magdalenian or Aurignacian, Solutrean, सारे के सारे, this specialization is there. The key point that view the whole structure, it is the specialization. So Homo sapiens ने upper Paleolithic के अंदर दो ही चीजें की, specialization and then symbolic expression. Now फिर exam point of view से Magdalenian culture ये timeline है and developed during last ice age in present day France, Spain, Germany and Central Europe. फिर material Magdalenian, Solutrean and Aurignacian सबका same है, flint and chert. Then for composite tools, bone, antler and ivory, and then other material like quartz, radiolite, they were also used. So ये सब चीजें common है. Then the technique is also common. कि first conical or prismatic shape, prismatic core was prepared. Prismatic core means एक stone tools है of flint, a soft stone material that can be percussion, that can be striken down to produce chips or blades. So ये ऐसा इस shape का conical type का एक core लिया जाएगा. Then soft hammer percussion, percussion means to strike. So यहाँ पे soft hammer यानी जो hammer है ये stone का नहीं होगा. Hammer will be either antler, bone. फिर जो भी blade निकली है उस blade को आगे और उसको refine किया जाएगा into thin blades. फिर the distinctive culture of Upper Paleolithic and this particular culture in this culture in particular is the microlith. So microlith क्या होता है? Small standardized blade lids. Blade lids means blades के भी छोटे छोटे tools, छोटे छोटे chips. फिर these chips या these microlith, ये छोटे छोटे tools जो हैं, they were hafted on, they were mounted on जो shaft है like wood or bone, और उस पे फिर they can be used as harpoon or a spear or an arrow for projectile thing. Projectile तो आप समझते ही हैं, the act of throwing something. तो यहाँ से कोई चीज अगर आप if you throw it in the air, तो this thing it will traverse its journey in this shape. So this shape it is known as projectile motion. जैसे आप बॉल फेंकते हैं, एरो फेंकते हैं, जो भी चीज आप एयर में फेंकते हैं वो अल्टीमेटली विल टेक दिस प्रोजेक्टाइल शेप, बिकॉज हर कोई चीज जो है इट विल बी पुल डाउन बिकॉज ऑफ द एक्शन ऑफ ग्रेविटी. सो जितने भी प्रोजेक्टाइल टिप्स हैं या प्रोजेक्टाइल वेपन्स हैं, एरो हो गया, थ्रोअर हो गया, स्पेयर्स हो गया, हार्पून हो गया, वो सब के सब जो है दे मेड यूज ऑफ सच माइक्रोलिथ्स. फिर हेफ्टिंग एंड स्पेशलाइजेशन। सो हेफ्टिंग और स्पेशलाइजेशन दोनों ही जो है ये अपर पेलियोलिथिक के एडवांसमेंट्स हैं। सो ये बता दिया आपको कि जो बोन टूल्स हैं ये इन सब पे जो ब्लेड्स हैं या चिप्स हैं दे वर हैफ्टेड ऑन। फिर टाइप ऑफ ब्लेड बेस्ड टूल्स, ये ऑरिगनेशन में भी बताया, मैगडेलेन में भी सिमिलर है। बरिंग्स विच आर यूज फॉर एनग्रेविंग एंड स्क्रैपर विच आर यूज फॉर प्रिपेयरिंग हाइट्स। देन बेकेड ब्लेडलेट्स, ब्लेडलेट्स मीन्स ब्लेड के छोटे छोटे पार्ट, एंड बेकेड मीन्स दे वर यूज फॉर सेफ हैफ्टिंग, जो हत्था होता है जो हाथ में होता है ताकि इट डज नॉट हर्ट द पाम। फिर barbed harpoon, so again they're made up of antler bone, and then eye needles, so needles जो हैं use the bone tools, same needles का ही है, but यहाँ पे जो छोटे छोटे जो needles हैं उनमें एक होल करके they were used for sewing। जैसे आज के टाइम में जो पिन होती है या जो सीविंग नीडल होती है वैसी नीडल्स जो है वो बोन से बनी हुई है। Then one of the invention of the Upper Paleolithic is harpoon or the barbed harpoon. So barbed harpoon जानना चाहते हैं, so it looks more like naked pine tree। अगर आप पाइन ट्री जानते हैं तो, या अगर सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर देखें, so this will be like this one। यहाँ पे बहुत सारे एजेस हैं इस तरह से। ये एक बार्ब हार्पून है which is especially important in fishing and in hunting of marine mammals. For example, in La Madeleine in France, the archaeologists they have found beautifully carved harpoons made from reindeer antler। कि रेनडियर के जो एंटलर्स हैं, जो सींग है, वो होते ही इस टाइप से हैं कि उनको छोटे से टच अप के बाद दे कैन बी गिवन दिस पर्टिकुलर शेप। सो ये भी एक इन्वेंशन है, and this invention can be clubbed into broader the specialization associated with the Upper Paleolithic. Then the next invention is atlatl. So atlatl is the Native American term, and atlatl was a lever that was used as throwers projectile, या in other terms it was known as spear thrower। अब spear thrower में ये है कि before the invention of bow and arrow it employ the use of both hands। लेकिन उससे पहले जो spear को जो भाला है उसको फेंकने के लिए this specialization was there during Upper Paleolithic। अब इसमें ये होता है कि द प्रिंसिपल इज सिमिलर। जो बो एंड एरो के अंदर जो एरो है इट इज यूजुअली पुल्ड बैक इन दैट बो, और उस स्ट्रिंग में इट इज पुल्ड बैक। तो सिमिलर इन सिमिलर वे atlatl it is used as a lever कि स्पेयर के जो एंड है उसको इस atlatl में ऐड करके फेंका जाता है। अब इसकी स्ट्रक्चर देखते हैं। सो atlatl जो है इट इज वन ऑफ दिस काइंड। एक छोटा सा स्ट्रक्चर होता है हैफ्टेड वन, और इस बीच में ये स्पेस होता है। अब नाउ जो थ्रोअर है वो यहाँ पे स्पेयर को यहाँ पे इस जगह पे ऐड करता है। दिस इंक्रीजेस द projectile motion increases the throwing strength of that spear। so उसको ऐड करने से ये एक एक्सटेंशन की तरह होता है। जैसे जो एरो को फेंकने के लिए, एरो को हाथ से फेंकेंगे तो वो उतना दूर नहीं जाएगा, यही उसको एरो को अगर स्ट्रिंग में, बो के स्ट्रिंग में अटैच करेंगे तो इट कैन ट्रेवर्स मैनीफोल्ड डिस्टेंस। सो सेम प्रिंसिपल जो है इट यू कैन कॉल इट the precedent of the invention of bow and arrow। Now, simply again, so atlatl is a spear thrower। तो यहाँ पे spear जो है it is hafted on in this structure which is a precursor to bow and arrow। so यहाँ पे spear को ऐड करके it provide greater leverage, greater throwing strength to the thrower. So, in other way, it acts as a lever which extend the thrower's arm and used for allowing greater distance, greater precision. नाउ ये तो हो गए टूल स्पेशलाइजेशन. अब बढ़ते हैं सोशल एक्सप्रेशन पे या कॉग्निटिव एक्सप्रेशन पे, सिंबॉलिक एक्सप्रेशन पे. सो द other advancement that is associated with the Upper Paleolithic is the symbolic expression. So first we are going to look at planning and spatialization. So यहाँ पे it is believed that if human Homo sapiens of that time made that greater progress, that made advancement in cognitive planning, then they might have involved specialists. क्योंकि अब हर एक आदमी जो है वो सारे के सारे काम नहीं कर सकता है. सो स्पेशलाइजेशन जरूरी था क्योंकि कुछ लोग जो है दे वर स्पेशली वर्किंग ऑन अ सर्टेन टास्क. लाइक कुछ लोग जो है दे माइट बी प्रिपेयरिंग माइक्रोलिट्स, कुछ लोग जो है हार्पून्स प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग जो है एथलेटल बना रहे हैं, कुछ लोग जो है आर क्लीनिंग हाइट्स, कुछ लोग जो है आर लुकिंग फॉर चिल्ड्रन, कुछ लोग जो है आर वर्किंग ऑन ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ नॉलेज. सो इस तरह से डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर वॉज देयर. सो this might be called as a step 2 in the creation of proto society. Step 1 जो है वो मिडिल पेलियोलिथिक में हो ही गया था. फिर सच कॉम्प्लेक्स टूल मेकिंग स्ट्रेटजी जो आप देख सकते हैं एथलेटल में है, जितने भी टूल्स एडवांसमेंट्स हैं, जो सोफिस्टिकेशन है, all of them they must have necessary required the transmission of knowledge, a cultural transmission. Then some tools were there like Venus figurine. They were decorated and carefully crafted. So this suggests कि उस टाइम के लोगों में they were emerging aesthetic values and ritual meanings. Now let's have a look at the advancement of tool technology, specialization of tool technology and its impact on subsistence strategy. So ये है कि इतने सारे tools हो गए हैं, then human now can hunt large herbivores, large mammals, woolly mammoths, woolly bisons, small game. So इस तरह से the diet was diversified, and if they hunted large game, so it was a reward of large calorie, and a reward of large calorie means more survival chances. So in one way or another, the tool advancement है they happened solely for this purpose क्योंकि survival is ultimately at the stake. और जब उनके पास टूल हो गए, सोफिस्टिकेशन आ गया, एडवांसमेंट आ गया, नाउ दे कैन हंट लार्ज गेम्स. और यही है. फिर जो सेकंड ये है कि जो नीडल्स मिली है और जो डेकोरेटिव आइटम्स है, ऑर्नामेंट्स है, उससे ये भी चीज मिलती है कि नाउ दे आर स्टार्टेड अडेप्टिंग टू ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट. सो स्पेशली जो अपर पेलियोलिथिक के टाइम में है, इट कोइंसाइडेड विद आइस एज. सो उस टाइम पे स्पेशली दोज लिविंग इन यूरोप, उनको दे हैड टू confront the blistering blizzards, cold winds, the cold conditions. So ऐसे में they started using the cold weather gear या cold weather apparels like hide skin, animal skins, which could have helped them survive the harsh glacial environments. फिर हमारे पास एक एग्जाम्पल है ग्रेविटियन कल्चर ऑफ ईस्टर्न यूरोप, जिसमें स्पेयर हेड्स एंड माइक्रोलिथ्स वर फाउंड. स्पेयर हेड्स मींस स्पेयर के जो टिप पे जो प्रोजेक्टाइल टिप लगता है, तो ब्लेड टिप, it is known as spearhead, and microlith small tools. Both of them were found, or it is interpreted that both of these things they were used for hunting large game like mammoths in tundra-like environment. Tundra means the environment that exists above the temperate climate. जो आर्कटिक या उसके आसपास जो क्लाइमेट है, आर्कटिक, साइबेरिया, स्कैंडिनेवियन कंट्री. फिर जो ग्रेविटियन कल्चर की बात करते हैं, तो ग्रेविटियन कल्चर इट एग्जिस्टेड 30,000 to 22,000 BCE, and it was a part of Upper Paleolithic in Europe. फिर this period has been recognized for distinctive stone tools, art, and early burial practices. all of which were hallmark of Paleolithic. Then it spread across much of Europe from France and Italy to Russia and Ukraine in the east, where जो important archaeological sites हैं. So this one, Dolny, uh, Vestionicch and Kosnesky, Pavlo. So ये वाला जो है तो pronunciation quite different. Dolny, Vestionicch. Now the tool technology in Gravettian culture. Again, microliths, distinctive small and pointed plates called gravit points, which were used as projectile tips. Projectile tips, आप समझ गए, which are hafted on spear or darts, especially for throwing. Then tools were blade based, similar to Aurignacian and Magdalenian, and the composite tools, bone and antler. So अब तक आपको समझ में आ गया कि अब Paleolithic tool industry में all of these specialization they are common. Now let's move on to the second advancement, symbolic expression. So the Upper Paleolithic, it also saw the emergence of symbolic and aesthetic expression in human societies. So here the humans, they moved away from day-to-day survival and instead transcended to into the realm of art, imagination, spirituality, and symbolic thought. So this signifies certain things. So first, कि now सिर्फ सर्वाइवल ही उनकी जीने का मकसद नहीं है. Now they have moved beyond it. They have transcended this particular thing that day in day out survival वो कर ही रहे हैं इतने टाइम से, और सर्वाइवल के लिए they have you know uh, surrounded themselves with lot of advancements, the technical, technological, and the tool advancement. Now it's time to move away into realm of certain other things for which they have been thinking, for which they have had another experience. क्योंकि सब लोग जो हैं, जितने भी ह्यूमंस हैं उस टाइम के, जितने भी ग्रुप कोहेजन में रह रहे थे, सबके अपने अपने अलग अलग विचार थे, थॉट्स थे, ड्रीम्स थे, मेमोरीज थी, इमेजिनेशंस थी, एंड ऑल ऑफ देम बाय दिस टाइम it started expressing itself. Now this time is also associated with the birth of symbolism. So symbolism refers to ability to let one thing represent another. It's a metaphorical representation, and even the most of the things that we say, most of the things that we express in our day-to-day basis, even in our personal and professional life, most of them they are quite metaphorical. हर एक जो चीज जो है, we are not conditioned to express everything in the technical clarity. हम बहुत सारी चीजें जो है जो सिर्फ एक्सप्रेशन या जेस्चर्स में भी कह सकते हैं. सो सिंबॉलिज्म इज जस्ट लाइक जेस्चर्स, और वही जेस्चर जो है, इफ club together, many gesture club together, they may form an idea of belief or memory. तो धीरे धीरे वही जो जेस्चर्स हैं, वही जो सिंबल्स हैं, दे स्टार्टेड अपीयरिंग, दे स्टार्टेड एक्सप्रेसिंग देमसेल्फ. और हर एक सिंबल जो है, इट स्टैंड फॉर समथिंग एल्स. जैसे जो नेशनल फ्लैग है, इट स्टैंड्स फॉर द सैक्रिफाइस मेड बाय मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल दैट हेल्प अस इन अचीविंग आवर इंडिपेंडेंस. तो इन द सेम वे बहुत सारे सिंबलिज्म जो है, बहुत सारे सिंबल्स जो हैं, दे स्टैंड फॉर समथिंग एल्स. तो ये जो फर्स्ट फाउंडेशन है, जो फर्स्ट लीप है, या जो फर्स्ट स्पार्क है, इट वाज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द अपर पेलियोलिथिक. फिर यही मेंटल कैपेसिटी है, the mental capacity of symbolism, mental capacity to give representation in such metaphorical way, it is the foundation of language, ritual, religion, and social norm. And this particular part should not be taken for granted, because what we are, how we move from survival, from day-to-day survival, to the immense world that we see today. Now, if we had just limited ourselves on survival, जैसे बाकी जानवर करते हैं, तो आज भी हम लोग वही सर्वाइव करते हैं, वही सुबह शाम जो है लुक फॉर लार्ज गेम, फिर उसको उससे अपने एनर्जी इनटेक जो है, न्यूट्रिशन जो है, फुलफिल द daily quota, and then the screen off. Fair, next day, same repetition. But instead, our ancestor, they try to give that, give way to give expression to those metaphors जो उनके दिमाग में बहुत टाइम से एग्जिस्ट कर रहे थे. और यही जो मेटाफर्स हैं, वही मेंटल कैपेसिटी है, वही एक्सप्रेशन जो है, उसी की वजह से हमारे पास लैंग्वेज आई. बिकॉज थॉट्स, एज वी नो इन टुडेज टाइम, फिर लैंग्वेज आई तो कम्युनिकेशन हुआ कस्टम्स, ट्रेडिशंस, रिचुअल्स, देन रिलीजन एंड सोसाइटी. एंड दैट्स हाउ द होल स्कैफोल्ड वाज फॉर्म्ड. Now, the cognitive significance of symbolism, that the humans, via various artwork, the pieces of art, such as painting, figurines, drawing, they started projecting meaning, organizing their thoughts, and transmitting culture, all of them in non-verbal way. In another way, in simple words, the cognitive significance of symbolism is that the metaphors that revolve in each person's mind, they started manifesting themselves in a certain artwork, in a meaningful sense. So जो दिमाग में चल रहा है, it the patterns, they started organizing themselves, क्योंकि the thoughts, they have a tendency, जो दिमाग में thoughts चलते हैं. Now if you give them a channel, if you give them a way to express themselves, so एक थॉट को जैसे ही आप पकड़ते हैं, उसके बाद द नेक्स्ट वन कम्स. सो दैट्स हाउ द थॉट ऑर्गेनाइज देमसेल्फ. व्हेन थॉट्स ऑर्गेनाइज, एन आइडिया इज जर्मिनेटेड. व्हेन an idea is born, then the meaning is created, and when meaning is created, you give the projection to it. And that's how finally art, religion, language, culture, customs, traditions, all of them, they are formed. Now manifestation की बात करते हैं. So first such projection is the cave art. So evidences have been found as Lascaux and Altamira, which are masterpieces of prehistoric art. So the Lascaux cave in France and the Altamira cave in Spain, both of them, they depict the pictures of bison, horses, deer, aurochs, and mammoths, all the animals that existed during this time. And all of these animals were painted using natural pigments like red ochre, yellow iron oxide, and black charcoals. And all of these pigments were resourced from local resources. Then these artworks, they are often deep, they are often placed in deep and dark chambers, which suggest कि ये सिर्फ decorative नहीं थे. Otherwise, if they were decorative, then they should have been in the open sun. And अगर deep and dark chambers में है, then there might be some rituals associated with them. They might serve some ritualistic purpose, and they might be, the paintings or artwork that was used in shamanic traditions. Where the techniques such as blowing pigments through hollow bones, finger painting, brush strokes, and hand stencils, all of these techniques and that evidences suggest that the Homo sapiens of Upper Paleolithic, it has achieved that kind of manual dexterity by that time. फिर interpretation of the first manifestation of symbolism is कि जो cave arts हैं, first they might be linked to hunting magic, like कोई superstition होगा कि if we are going on a hunting expedition, so ऐसी artwork create करने से the success can be ensured. A superstition or religious kind of thing. Then the other interpretation is कि ये जो cave arts हैं, which are in deep and dark chambers, so they might be a part of shamanic tradition. Shaman आप जानते हैं, it's a person who goes into trance to communicate with the spiritual world. So you can equate shaman with tantric, bhopa, या फिर जो अघोरी होते हैं वो सब. तो all those people who claim to communicate to the spiritual realm, to the spirit world. So यहाँ पे ये जो cave art है, ये भी लगता है कि yes, Some shaman might have practiced there. Some shaman might have used these dark chambers and these painting as a way of communicating to the spirit realm. फिर एविडेंस देखते हैं रॉक आर्ट इन इंडिया. सो इंडिया में जो एविडेंस है, फर्स्ट फ्रॉम भीमबेटका रॉक शेल्टर्स विच आर नाउ यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट्स that contain over 700 rock shelters, and most of these paintings were made using hematite. Hematite से red ochre मिलता है, white lime से white color, and paintings were drawn using simple techniques such as fingertip painting or stencil work. फिर second evidence from India is from Vindhyan Hills. So यहाँ पे जो एविडेंसेस हैं फ्रॉम उत्तर प्रदेश एंड मध्य प्रदेश, यहाँ पे केव आर्ट दे हैव फीचर stylized human figures, hunting scenes and animal motifs. Now, portable art. Portable art means these artworks, they are not stationary like cave walls. ये artworks कहीं भी carry किए जा सकते हैं. They are portable. So first such evidence is about Venus figurines. So these are small statues which are found from France to Siberia, and they typically depict exaggerated female features like large breasts, wide hips, rounded abdomens, and most of these Venus figurines, which are carved on bones, they are associated with the fertility cult. Where the interpretations, first interpretation is that ये जो figurines हैं, they are about fertility, might be representing mother goddess, birth ritual or ideal female form, and ये इतने सारी sites पे मिली हैं, so it suggests that there are certain shared cultural meaning across geographical areas. Where let's talk about the third aspect of symbolism, which is the rise of burial practices and ritual. So upper Paleolithic में जो burial practices हैं, they emerged in remarkable fashion. यानी इससे पहले middle Paleolithic में या lower Paleolithic में we had only evidence based guesswork कि शायद ये particular evidence जो है it might be of burial practices. लेकिन इस time तक अब तक yes upper Paleolithic में there are many evidence which suggests that yes, these people they practice burial. So first, what did burial stand for them? Was it a symbolic act? Was it a spiritual act? So यहाँ पे upper Paleolithic में the dead were buried in a deliberate manner, accompanied by grave goods, ochre and ceremonial arrangement. So ये सारी positions जो हैं, it suggests that the upper Paleolithic man had developed complex idea about death, identity and afterlife. फिर जो grave goods में graves में tools, ornaments, food offering ये भी suggest करते हैं कि the upper Paleolithic man believed in afterlife. फिर the application of red ochre, which is a symbolic pigment on the dead bodies, it suggests that the upper Paleolithic man used this red ochre with this symbol that that red color, it represented blood or rebirth. Now the cognitive significance. So these burial rites, they imply anticipatory thinking, symbolic association and moral sentiment. So ultimately it is about the theory of mind कि धीरे धीरे इस वक्त तक जो Homo sapiens हैं, they started getting an awareness about life and death, about the events of life, and that's how they are developing various theories that what various events of life are. Now the archaeological evidence of burials. So in the Dravidian culture we have evidence, first Dolny Vestonist, which is from Czech Republic, and is evidence पे इस site पे a triple burial of adolescents which are carefully arranged and adorned with grave goods. फिर Malta site in Siberia, so a child was buried with more than 100 ivory ornaments, beads and decorative wealth. फिर the third site is from Russia, Sungi site, which is which belong to Gravettian period. So यहाँ पे इस साइट पे an adult and juvenile burial with thousands of ivory beads, spears, and personal ornaments were found. So all of these sites they suggest that the events of life and death they had manifested themselves in creating a theory of mind, and other than that, the man of that time also had an idea that there is an afterlife after death. Where in Indian context there is a limited evidence about burials because of climate and geological factor, but the cave arts at Bhimbetka, the use of red ochre and rock shelter organization, all of these evidences suggest that India may be the Upper Paleolithic Homo sapiens might have engaged in some death-related rituals. Now let's move on to the social structure and group living. So इस टाइम पे ये चीज तो समझ में आ गई कि the Homo sapiens they were no longer living in small or scattered band of foragers. By this time, they were largely forming more cohesive groups with intricate cooperation, shared responsibilities, and division of labor. So एक तरह से जो modern जो societal structure है, they have started germinating. So first transition was from bands to structured society. कि lower and middle Paleolithic में humans lived in small and nomadic groups, but by the upper Paleolithic, the groups they grew in size and members they stayed together longer क्योंकि all of those occupations, the way they lived together, the burial practices, all of them suggest that they were no longer the nomadic groups, or they were no longer the transitory groups. They stayed together, जो भी group की size थी, and फिर if they survived that long, and if we have all the evidences of cave art, symbolism, theory of mind, thinking, cognitive expression, then there might have been some social rules and division of labors. फिर अगर division of labor है, then cooperation and collaboration was there because it was a survival strategy. क्योंकि अगर people were living together and they were hunting large games, then they might have engaged in collective hunting expeditions. Then some people stayed back and shared the burden of childcare and food distribution, and the older people might have engaged in knowledge sharing or knowledge transmission. Now, the archaeological evidence of communal living. So first, the mammoth bone huts from Eastern Europe. So these are large circular oval dwelling structure which were made from mammoth bones. और वो mammoth bone से तभी बन सकती है if mammoths were hunted down, and if mammoth means कि जो large size elephants होते हैं, अगर they were hunted down, then they could not have been hunted down by a single individual. There might have been a cooperative hunt. So बाकी चीज आप खुद समझ सकते हैं कि कोऑपरेटिव हंट वाज देयर, देन कम्युनिकेशन वाज देयर. फिर अपर पेलियोलिथिक की बात कर रहे हैं तो बाकी सब चीजें भी आप प्लेस देम साइड बाय साइड. स्पेशलाइज्ड टूल स्ट्रक्चर वाज देयर. द मैन ऑफ दैट टाइम हैड अ सिंबॉलिक एज, started developing a theory of mind, started expressing himself, had ideas about burial, had ideas about life after birth, life after death, had ideas about ceremonial burial. So ऐसे में जो cooperative hunting वाला जो man होगा, it might have employed more advanced, more sophisticated things like communication. Even if it was rudimentary, the communication was there, gestures were there, some form of knowledge transmission were there. फिर ये evidence हो गया. Then cave and rock shelters from Western Europe. So this site, Dolny Piastounitse from Czech Republic and Abri Patau from France, they show the repeated use of large caves and open shelters. And finally, the social roots and the roots of division labor. तो उसके बारे में एक आइडिया तो आपको काफी टाइम में बार बार जो थीम है, it is being repeated कि जो upper Paleolithic man है, इतने सारे sophistication and advancements were there, so the specialization of role was also there. And if role specialization was there, then that must be accompanied by role differentiation. क्योंकि अगर कुछ लोग अपना अपना काम स्पेशलाइज्ड हैं, देन वही स्पेशलाइजेशन सब वही चीज जो है वो सब पे लागू होती है. यानी कुछ लोग जो है, इफ दे आर मेकिंग हार्पून्स, देन दे विल बी समवन हु आर मेकिंग एथलेटल. सो इस तरह से इफ रोल specialization is there, then it will be supplemented by role differentiation. Then the early division of labor might have been hunters and tool makers, gatherers and foragers, elders and caregivers, possibly ritual specialists or proto shamans. Now the conclusion. So the study of Upper Paleolithic, not just a distant past, but we are looking at the transformative phase in human prehistory that involved human creativity, the creation of rudimentary social structure, and the expression of symbolic thought that continues to shape the modern civilization. And finally, this one, if these lectures are helpful, you can support my work with a voluntary contribution. And पहले भी कहा था कि if voice issues are there, then first I request you, first you should look at the content and the content delivery, and followed by my explanation. उसमें अगर कुछ चीज हैं तो you can definitely drop the comments. Then if you really want me to continue making good quality lectures, so I will be here with or without any voluntary contribution. So this voluntary contribution has no condition attached, but if you can support me with any amount, I would be very grateful. That's it. And फिर next lecture देखते हैं.